Over 5,000 miles away from his ancestral home, Cyril Camus comes bearing a special gift, a celebration of the unique living tradition cultivated by his family, the House of Camus, for 150 years.
This is what we created to celebrate the 150th anniversary. It's opening up. That's the magic part of cognac, actually. It's the first time you smell a cognac, it does bring something out. But 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, the aromas have changed. The cognac has opened up. They're just like a great wine. And more than cognac makers, we're wine growers. This is how we got started, and this is still who we really are. Cuvée, in that sense, it is more than the cognac. It is 5 generations of passion, 5 generations of respect for the vineyards. How can we get even closer to the best possible thing that vine can produce? How can we be even closer to nature's greatest expression?
For 5 generations from father to son, the House of Camus has carried an unbroken line of living tradition and remains the largest independently owned producer of cognac in the world. In the fertile fields of surrounding Cognac, the House of Camus continues its family tradition of producing the best quality eau de vie. Some of its finest creations come from its own vineyards in the unique terroir of the Borderie.
Dans la vigne, on travaille 13 mois par an. 13 mois par an parce qu'au bout de 12 mois, on n'a jamais fini.
Over 5 generations, the House of Camus has grown, harvested and blended exceptional quality cognacs with uncompromising standards.
L'assemblage, c'est quelque chose d'absolument passionnant et c'est ce qui va personnaliser votre cognac. La cuvée, c'est une idée de Cyril et ce sont des cognacs d'exception. Nous ne cherchons pas à copier, à imiter les types de cognac de nos concurrents. Pour nous, il y a un type Camus. Ce type Camus, il faut le perpétuer. Nous voulons que ceux qui aiment notre marque retrouvent dans chaque bouteille qu'ils consommeront les caractéristiques, les valeurs du cognac Camus.
Established in 1863 by Jean-Baptiste Camus, the company began as a consortium of independent producers under the former label La Grande Marque.
1870, la Grande Marque expédiait déjà sur l'Angleterre 7000 barriques.
Jean-Baptiste went on to acquire the shares of his partners, setting the foundation for the completely owned family business bearing the brand Camus. The second generation saw the dynamic combination of Edmond and Gaston Camus, each representing perennial values of Camus' living tradition. Edmond was a key advocate of the region's unique identity, honoured for his support of Cognac's laws of appellation, which remain the defining charters for cognac production today. Gaston was a seasoned traveller and passionate promoter of Camus products in new markets, including the highly coveted courts of Imperial Russia.
Le marché russe était un marché qui était encore un petit peu vierge. Donc Gaston Camus a décidé de visiter plus spécialement ce territoire où il a eu l'occasion de rencontrer les tsars à l'époque et Camus de devenir la marque référencée par la cour des tsars.
Surviving political revolutions, world wars and economic slumps, the House of Camus emerged triumphant under the command of Gaston's son Michel, whose legendary entrepreneurship took the family business to greater heights.
Michel Camus, c'était un génie. Il a voyagé dans le monde entier et apporté à chaque coup des innovations qui ont permis le développement de Camus.
Michel built up formidable partnerships across the globe, taking the international duty-free market by storm with a whole range of new products. He pioneered innovative designs, introducing fine cognacs as collectible works of art.
The notion of cognac sold in decanters in the shape of books, made out of Limoges porcelain. It's taking the best of the French craftsmanship, making it something you're proud to display, something you're proud to serve.
From one generation to the next, innovation has always been a key to the survival and success of the family business. But every generation of the house begins its journey from the roots of its living tradition.
Et dès que j'ai eu 17 ans, mon père m'a dit « il faut que tu commences par le début ». Et le début du cognac, eh bien, c'est la vigne. En ce qui me concerne, ça fait plus de 40 ans que je m'occupe de la vigne. Donc on vit avec la vigne, en fait. Si vous voulez, cette vigne, c'est un peu comme votre enfant. Voilà.
It has always been a tradition in the CAMUS family to welcome people in our private homes. Make them feel that we are a real family. Voilà. Jean-Paul est toujours là et moi je suis toujours en face de Jean-Paul. Voilà. Et là tout est bien, tout est prêt.
When Jean-Paul Camus began to lead the fourth generation of the business, the accomplished master blender was able to share the living tradition of his family across many more markets around the world.
We were in Egypt, in Cairo, and this is the first time that Michel Camus allowed Jean-Paul and I to represent Camus abroad. Oh, that's like advertising, huh? Do you allow me to advertise? we feel like ambassadors, that's true, and this is very important too.
It's a very interesting business also. I mean, you have contacts with people all over the world, you know. And it's a big advantage when you can speak the language of people you deal with.
And this is a Chinese ambassador of UNESCO. This was the year when Thierry started to learn Chinese, actually. So we said, you definitely must represent the family.
Language was always an important part of the education in every generation. And the languages each generation learned was probably a reflection of the company's focus at the time or the company's vision for the future. I think it's even more true at my generation and the vision that my father had about what the world might be by the time I will start representing the house.
De voyage parmi les endroits où poussent les choses qui sont proches de ce que l'on a besoin. Dans la beauté naturelle, elle se renouvelle, elle n'est jamais pareille.
To mark Camus' 150-year milestone, the fifth generation sought the finest creative solutions that would express the perfect combination of tradition and innovation. Inspiration for the cuvée came from the heart of Camus' living tradition.
Le flacon, ce n'est pas que quelque chose pour préserver, contenir, voyager, etc. C'est aussi un message. Une forme, elle peut avoir, si vous voulez, une dynastie. Elle peut faire des petits, elle peut faire des petits cousins, des tontons, des trucs extraordinaires.
Dans cette région, pour ce produit, ce cognac, on travaille toujours pour la génération suivante. Le cognac produit aujourd'hui, ce sont mes fils, mes petits-fils surtout, qui le commercialiseront.
Years, it is 5 generations for us. It's also a story repeated each time of going out to the world through the product we represent, through the work we've been doing. And the most important part of it is actually all those relationships you create as you go around, as you meet people, as you discuss and talk about cognac, of course, but so many other things that you talk about around a glass of cognac. All of this you bring back with you, you enrich the family with it. I hope also that our family is sometimes helping enriching other people's lives.
Pour moi, en tout cas, et je pense que ça a été partagé par mon père, mon grand-père, mon grand-père, par Cyril maintenant, c'est d'avoir su rester une maison indépendante, une entreprise familiale, ce qui n'est pas toujours facile, bien sûr, mais qui apporte beaucoup de satisfaction, certainement.